Hop on, we're going for a ride to NT Sheep's Digital Wonderlands. Okay, it's time for another chain cleaning on my motorcycle. And after watching several videos online of other people coming up with different ways of cleaning and trying to make things simpler, I got a couple of neat ideas and tips and then came up with several of my own. One thing I found was these. The Oinker Motorcycle Chain Oiler. What this does is it will attach to your spray cans and it will fit directly on top of the chain, allowing all the chain cleaner to go directly on it. Now, I was watching somebody using a plastic box or tray to catch oil and stuff that was dripping off when they were testing the Oinker, and it got me thinking of something I could do that was fairly cheap. I went to the dollar store, and for $1.25 I found this two-piece chopping mat, which is just flexible heavy-duty plastic. What I can do is slide it up into the back here, and it will act as a back spray to help protect the tire. And then I also picked up a cheap painter's tray so that everything that gets caught on the back spray and all the extra stuff dripping down from the Oinker is going to fall right into here and get collected, and that'll make it easy to clean up and wipe out. So we're going to get one of the Oinker things set up on my can of cleaner. We're going to get a chopping mat set up, and we're going to be giving this a quick little try. Okay, we've got the Oinker set up on the can. It snaps right around the top of the can, and then you use the extra little tubes that it comes with. It comes with extra heads for aerosol cans in case your cans don't fit. It's got extra tubes. It's got a little wire cleaner in there for cleaning out the tubes. That's my other camera set up for recording some side footage. So, let's see. Is this still going? I just heard it beep. No? Okay, let's see. We've got it going, so hopefully we'll be able to get some footage from it of me using this, because I'm not going to be able to hold the camera or my phone and record, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. I won't know until I check the other camera if it got the footage, but what I was able to do was I held this up on top of the chain, pressed the button down while I spun the wheel, and got a full turn. All the cleaner that was blasting downwards definitely went down there, so woo, fumes are getting to me. But we're going to let this sit for about a minute or so, and then we'll take our handy dandy scrub brush and give it a good scrubbing and see how things look. And if we need to, we'll give it one more blast with the chain cleaner. And then once we get that done, we'll get the chain wiped clean as much as we can and get it ready for the lubing process. Now, one thing I saw online when I was looking up these oinkers is somebody recommended to go ahead and buy two. That way you can have one dedicated for your cleaning can and one dedicated for your chain wax or your chain lube. And that way you're not having to sit there and constantly pull the tops off and clean the tubes in between using the cleaner and the wax. So we're going to go ahead and give this a scrub and see how things come out. Okay, so we did another spray and a scrub, and we've got black stuff leaking everywhere as the chain is dripping with all the dirt and everything that's come off it. If I had a hose, I could try rinsing it with some water, but I don't. So I'm just going to have to use my little hand rags here, and they're going to get very, very dirty. I had a white one that's almost completely black after the first chain cleaning. But we're going to get these things wiped down and dried off as much as possible. And then we're going to set up the second oinker on my chain wax. And we're going to get that going. So let's go ahead and get to that. That yellow rag is definitely nice and black now. Still got a lot of cleaner in there, so I'm going to use another little tip that I learned from several of the videos and things I saw online. I've got my handy dandy air compressor, so we're going to give this thing a good little blow dry. Again, I hope this little thing is still recording. So let's stop with the phone and we'll get to blow drying. Okay, blow drying, definitely got a lot of it to come out. You can see all sorts of little black specks. And from what I can see, it looks like I've got most of it out. There's still some showing up there. maybe what I'll do is try and aim there and see how much more I can get out. Okay, so one little problem I ran into with my can of chain wax, but something that the makers of this have accounted for, is that sometimes the fit around the can is not going to be good enough to where you can get the little plastic latch to lock on. I got it to lock on this one, but I couldn't get it to stay locked on this one. It would keep popping out. So what they do is they give you a nice heavy duty black rubber band to sit there and get it to pull as tight as possible. So now we're going to get the tube fitted in, and then we're going to get to waxing the chain. Okay, so I got it spraying on. We had a lot that backblasted, but again, thanks to our little idea of using these plastic cutting boards, it helped catch a lot of it and going down. So now I just gotta let this sit. I'm not going to be riding it all tonight. I'll be going to work in the morning, so this can sit overnight, giving this chain wax a really good long time to set up. But hopefully everything is going to turn out good. I would definitely say these Oinker things are very, very helpful. They allow you to get everything directly onto the chain, so as long as you're paying attention and everything, once you get used to using them, I think it'll help you definitely not use so much of your cleaning supplies and lubricant. So they cost me $20 a piece. So I would say that was a fairly good investment, especially if over the long term I'm going to be using less of these. Each one of these cans here cost me about $12 to $15 a piece. So if I can get a lot of multiple uses out of them, because I'm not using as much thanks to these Oinker oilers, I would definitely say they'll pay for themselves pretty soon. And if you got about a spare $3, definitely go to your local Dollar Tree and pick up a cutting board and a painter's tray. This makes cleanup so much easier. Thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.